What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Winners Work Pod. As you can tell, we are joined by a special guest. We got Chris, aka No Context NBA, aka Christian. Welcome to the pod, Chris. Thanks for coming on. He's a Mavs fan, so we're going to be talking a lot about Kyrie and the Mavs. But just to start off, I want to hear your general thoughts on the trade. As a Mavs fan, what was your reaction to hearing that Kyrie Irving was heading over?
Yeah, no lie, man. I know I don't cry a lot, but right there, man, I cried.
You cried. That's awesome.
Like, it probably has to be in the top 3 moments in the last 15 years for the Mavs. That has to be number 2 or 3. Like, obviously number 1 championship, but getting a guy like Kyrie on this team that's never happened. Like a player of that caliber coming to this team. I mean, Luka was drafted here, so you can't count him. But like coming to the team, we've never been able to do that. So no, I cried tears of joy, and I was convinced we're gonna win the championship. So.
Yeah, man, congrats. I was happy for you and Kyrie and the Mavs because I hate the Nets. I can't stand the ownership. I love Kyrie, so I was so excited to see him out of that shithole and on his way to Dallas. So we've had this conversation a bit, us three on the pod, because like your t-shirt, the Suns, they got a pretty good player themselves this trade deadline. So right now, Western Conference Finals, Mavericks versus the Suns. Who you got?
I mean, it is tough, right? Because our center at the end of the day is Dwight Powell. We can't do shit with that. But if it really depends on because KD and Devin Booker are gonna score, Luka and Kyrie are gonna score. That's just how it is. It really depends on the big man front. Now Aiden is pretty good. He has his off nights, especially last time in the playoffs. But if Maxi Kleber can get his shit together on defense and we can put Christian Wood in, then maybe the Christian Wood Maxi can combat against Aiden, but it really depends. I guess I would. The bias in me says Mavs in 7, but the realist in me probably says Suns in 6.
I think Josh Green can get in Devin Booker's head.
That's true. Josh Green can. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw the first time the Mavs played the Nets this year, or second time. Josh Green was getting in KD's head. I mean, he missed those free throws at the end of the game because Josh Green was tripping. Josh Green was there the whole time. So,
yeah. I have a lot of bold takes about most of the guys on the Sun roster, including DeAndre Ayton, including Kevin Durant. Personally, I like the Mavs in the matchup. They have probably one of the most deadly duos of just half-court offense in NBA history. And on top of that, I think they have better defenders around them than the Suns do in a closing 5 lineup. Because the way I look at it, you can put Torrey Craig or whoever you say your best wing defender is on Luka. But after that, are you going to put Chris Paul on Kyrie? Are you going to put Devin Booker on Kyrie? Like, I think that's a bigger matchup problem for the Suns than it is for the Mavs because the Mavs have a little bit defenders I like a little bit more. And then you also said they got an advantage in the center. I don't even know if I agree with that. DeAndre Ayton is awful. I think he's horrible. So
he's no Dwight Powell, though.
I mean, he's not Dwight Powell, but
he could be a Maxi Kleber with Maxi's.
Because, like, Maxi kind of has that dog in him come playoff time. You know what I mean? Like,
Or C Wood if he's there.
Yeah, it's just nothing about DeAndre Ayton like worries me at all. I'm happy if he's on the court if I'm the other team. But so Suns in 6 realistically, Mavs in 7 as a fan. I think that's fair. Personally, I'm taking the Mavs realistically and as you can tell, I'm a little bit biased in general.
My biases are there, but yeah, I'll take Dallas too.
You're taking okay, John. How about you?
I'd take the Suns.
Okay,
I'd probably take these games.
Okay, I mean, hey, that's fair. I think all I know is that I want that series in the playoffs, and that I wouldn't miss a game because that is going to be a fun series if we get lucky enough to have that happen. So. All-Star Weekend just happened. Off the topic of the Mavs, John, congrats to your boy Jason Tatum on one of the crazier All-Star games I've ever seen from a single player, even though the All-Star game itself kind of sucked. Any thoughts on that? Because last week we were talking about how Tatum's got to beat the stat padding allegations against only showing up against the bad teams, but then he just dropped 50 on some All-Stars who aren't playing defense, but. Does that mean anything?
That was the worst defense. That was the worst defense I've ever seen NBA players play in their lives. That game was an embarrassment to the NBA and its product. And Adam Silver needs to change some shit. if they're gonna play like they did last game, then there should just be no All-Star game going forward. That was a damn joke. But I mean, I was happy for Tatum, of course, because he set the record. It's just laughable how bad that All-Star game was.
Yeah.
I'm all for like just screwing around the first like entire half of the game, but once it's like late third and the score limit's about to get set, I'd start playing some defense while the other team's letting you score so you can have it close going into the fourth.
Yeah, it was embarrassing because for Team LeBron, the guy who was playing the hardest defense was 38-year-old LeBron James. Like year 20, at least trying to block Shea on a layup that he got really salty over for no reason. But I mean, I don't know. Something needs to change in the All-Star game. I thought they had it figured out with this new format, but that's looking like it might have been a one-year wonder so far. But
I think the new format it's still good. I think it's way better than East versus West. I don't want to go back to East versus West. I think I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt this year because of injuries. I would just say no KD, no Curry, no Giannis for a minute. LeBron got hurt at halftime. I mean, you have to weigh those into consideration too. I think if they did play, we have a different game now. We have guys who take this seriously. We saw because I don't want to call them old heads, but Kyrie was trying out there too. Kyrie is an old head, I guess. So if you put KD and Curry in there, they would want to try, and then it would be different. So and you saw Giannis wanted to try too, but unfortunately he couldn't. And so I think I'm just giving it the benefit of the doubt. Let's run this back, same thing next year, same format. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I doubt they make any changes this quickly, especially because it has only been a few years of it. And I agree with you. I guess these young guys think they're too cool for the All-Star game because as a fan, I mean, I don't know. I would have liked to see these young guys try to guard up a little bit because you're an All-Star.
If they're gonna do that, then just let somebody else play though. Like you really want to go to the All-Star game just to hit layups in front of a crowd, bro. You can do that shit. You can do that shit during NBA warm-ups, bro. Like during the warm-ups, pregame warm-ups. There was no need for you to be on the court if you're just not gonna give a fuck. I mean, like I'm all for players like resting in meaningless regular season games, but I mean, it's supposed to be a tough ass event, bro. If you don't want to play, that's fine. Stay your ass home, bro. We'll see you when the All-Star break is over. That's starting to become. I thought the shit was too ass.
A bigger topic now. Resting in games. Yeah, Ant said. Brought up the point about people only having money to go to one game, which I think someone's brought up before. And then DeMar was saying 78 game minimum for MVP.
Which, by the way, he cannot play 78 games this year because he's already missed 6. So, DeMar DeRozan, you cannot win MVP by your own standards.
78 is crazy, but like it needs to be like 65 plus or some shit, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's hard to make you guys try in the All-Star game because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean nothing. But like Ant, you say guys might only have enough money to go to one game. Well, how about the guys that are at home and want to watch a good All-Star game? I didn't see you playing no defense in the All-Star game. Come on. So I don't know. It's just tough because like we've seen it in the NFL forever. It's hard to make guys care about a game that doesn't matter. And I guess rightfully so. But as a fan, we all want to see that start to mean more eventually. So
I mean, I don't want to give him the NFL pass because the NFL, bro, you can get a concussion and fuck up your whole life in the NFL, bro. Like the NBA, bro, you might get a scratch, bro. My nigga, soften up. Nobody, and it doesn't even have to be like hard playing basketball. It just has to be better than the product that we just had. Literally layup lines, wide open 3-point, bro. Come on now, that shit was a damn joke.
You got to find like a middle ground between not trying and then preventing injury, and they're all the way over to not trying. You can probably get a little bit closer without hurting yourself.
You could at least, like when it gets into a half-court offense set, you could at least play defense then. I get wanting to let fast breaks come because you get cool dunks and stuff, but like at least guard up a bit in half court.
Stand in the lanes. They can't just walk in and dunk.
Yeah, because I mean, it was literally like if you took one step towards the paint, there was going to be no one there.
The seas parted.
Yeah.
Everybody, if they were under the rim, the seas parted. Wide open layup or dunk.
Literally. I mean, I saw someone on Twitter say that Thanasis should have been in the All-Star game. We know he would have been trying his ass off, if nothing else.
Hey.
And honestly, I mean, that guy's a bum, but it may have been more interesting than these
What are the
stars
Mavs role players? We could have had Thanasis, Frank Nicolina, Theo Pinson. You could have had a nice lineup out there.
Theo Pinson. Hey, All-Star game next year is going to go crazy with Ish Smith and Theo Pinson. Yeah, so there's been a little bit of free agency moves. I don't think anything that's going to really move any of us. Is anybody interested at all by Westbrook to the Clippers? How do you guys feel about the Clippers now? Do you feel any differently than before?
I'm not moved, but I'm excited to see it happen.
Are you really?
I am excited to watch the games. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I just saw a report right now that it said that they plan, I don't know if it's true or not, but they plan to have Westbrook starting and close games out. And if that's true, I want to see him.
Their alternatives are Terrence Mann and Bones Highland, so it's not like they're making a massive decision starting Russell Westbrook.
Terrence Mann has been great for them though.
Yes.
I don't know if
Bones can't start though.
Like, if I know Westbrook's gonna be like, I'm taking these last shots. I know his mentality. Unless he's matured and he's like, okay, I know I'm not the guy now, and then I can see it working and he facilitates more. But I want to see. It'd be funny to see him chuck up some shots and Kawhi and Paul George are like, what's going on? Something like that.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting when they play the Lakers this season. That'll be the game everyone wants to watch.
Well, when do they play? Like, is
I
it in
have
LA
not
or-
looked.
Well, they're both in LA.
Everyone's gonna rest or some bullshit.
Yeah, it's gonna be like LeBron out,
LeBron,
AD
AD,
out.
Kawhi, and Paul George are all gonna be game time decision.
Yeah,
And then
It'll be-
Lakers, they can't rest nobody. They lose a couple more games, the season's over.
no kidding.
it's the third to last game of the season. Lakers at Clippers. It's the only
Ooh.
time they play.
That could have playoff implications if the Lakers by some miracle
Yeah, if
stay
they're
afloat
close.
that long. So that would be pretty funny if Russell Westbrook ends the Lakers season. He drops like
That would be
40-point triple double.
Yeah, he drops like he turns back the clock and drops a 30-point triple double, and the Lakers go home. Sorry, that'd be pretty funny.
That would be comical. But did y'all see what Gilbert Arenas said? He said whoever gets Westbrook will win the championship this year. Like
Yeah.
Westbrook changes who's gonna win the championship this year.
Bro, Gilbert Arenas be trying his ass off to look like a dumbass, and he's good at it. And he has some of the historically worst takes I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Didn't
no, I mean I don't.
The odds went
it's the
down,
league.
right, for the Clippers after they
Yeah,
signed
the
Russ.
championship
Yeah.
odds
Odds
tanked.
got worse.
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. This
Yeah.
man tanked their championship with them odds.
I don't know. I don't like to give Russ a hard time because he gets enough
Mm.
of that, and I really do consider him one of my favorite players growing up because I have fond memories of watching the Thunder versus Heat finals and then going out in my backyard, lowering the hoop to 7 foot and trying to like cock it back like Westbrook. Literally thought I was Westbrook out there, and I love the energy he plays with. I think he's a really good guy, but he's just not really playing winning basketball, and he's not athletic and good enough to make up for it as he used to be. So it's just hard from a NBA fan perspective with Westbrook.
Chris, you scared of the Clippers now?
I'm not scared of Clippers. And we just beat them with Kyrie and Josh. Kyrie and Josh Green outplayed Kawhi and Paul George. So
They didn't have Westbrook.
yeah.
Westbrook
Don't
stands
count.
will tell you that Kyrie's shooting 2 for 13 if Westbrook's on the court.
Something like that.
So real quick, back to the Mavs because I just thought of this again. What Western Conference teams do you consider better than the Mavs at this very moment?
Right now, you could name it's because Kyrie and Luka haven't meshed great yet. It's only been 2 games they've played. So if you say right now, I would still say Nuggets, Grizzlies, the whole shebang. But by the end of the season, I think we have the easiest schedule right now. For the rest of the season, we have the easiest schedule in the NBA. So I feel like we could. Right now, we're the 6th seed, but it's so close. I think we could end up with, if we really try ass off, we can end up with 3rd or 2nd seed. I think that's a possibility.
3 seeds is a couple games.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Right now, I would say the only team I can say indefinitely is better than the Mavs is the Nuggets. But in a playoff series, just because of personnel and who you have as the 2 of the coldest guys in the NBA with Kyrie and Luka, I would have to think about that series. So I really like the Mavs' chances of coming out of the West this year. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Or who do you guys think is better than the Mavs in the West?
I think same thing until like right now you can do the whole shebang. But if I'm taking the Mavs over the Suns, I don't take the Mavs over anybody in the West.
Okay, I like it. John?
The Suns, Denver, and maybe Memphis, but those are the only three.
Okay.
But I do agree that with the Denver thing that like Luka and Kyrie, if Jokic is gonna be playing drop coverage in the pick and roll, that's gonna be nasty work. So we'll see what happens. But at the same time, Denver can go offense for offense with Dallas. And I think that Denver would have the better defense, so I would still have to probably take them.
Yeah. I saw Carter's post today on Instagram, and I think the Nuggets were the only team outside of the Warriors that had a top 5 defensive and a top 5 offensive starting five, and they also had multiple of both.
2 lineups.
So
I think that might have been misleading because I tried to go off because I saw the post or the tweet or whatever. It was like the best defensive lineup with a minimum 300 minutes is the Trae Young Hawks lineup. I was like, okay, I'll do a top 5 of this, and then there's only 14 lineups that have played 300 minutes together. So I'm not sure how meaningful it is. And it's really just the better teams of the 14 that have played 300 minutes together. But like the top 5 defensive ratings of those teams were all like top 2 if they were like a full season NBA team. So it's not like they were mid, but it's probably slightly misleading.
I feel like come playoff time, when it gets serious, the Nuggets will kind of be able to turn it on and be good defensively, not just okay. But obviously that's still a question mark. I'll have to see that.
Yeah.
Dang, I had
They've been
another
hooping on defense since in that sleeper chat that Davin guy, the big ass Nuggets fan, he showed me like since whenever they started off pretty bad. Like I remember they were bottom 10, but like since I don't remember the exact cutoff date, but at least for a decent minute they've been a top 10 defense. So we'll see.
Someone was telling me they're really good since the new year. So
Jokic weirdly becomes like an elite defender by the metrics when the game is close. I don't know what that is. If you want to call Jokic an elite defender who just doesn't try, I don't know what your excuse for that is. But the numbers are showing that he defends well when the game matters.
I don't think he's an elite defender, but he's definitely a good defender. I mean, like it's just the only issue is like if you put a guard on him and Jokic is playing the same drop coverage, it's just BBQ chicken. But you can make the same case with a lot of centers. But I do think Jokic has gotten a lot better. Like he's gotten better in the pick and roll, but he's still not great. But at least like even at the rim, like he's just a big body. Like he deters shots, can get easy steals and shit. So I definitely think he's a good defender now. I think the bad defender is too overplayed, and him getting cooked by Embiid. I mean, it's Embiid. Nobody can really guard him 1v1. So.
Yeah, 100%.
It could be correlated with if the game's close, they'll have their starting lineup or their starting lineup minus MPJ plus Bruce Brown lineup in, so the whole team's playing good defense.
Yeah, that is another thing. MPJ is quite an abysmal defender, effort-wise at least. But yeah. So another thing about what was I going to say about the Mavs? I totally just forgot what I was going to say. But we can move to Carter. This one maybe a little bit more for you and I. Cavs recently bought out Kevin Love. He's on his way to the Heat. He's being a drama queen on his Instagram for no reason. Kind of annoying. But does that move you guys at all that Kevin Love is on his way to South Beach like a former Cavalier? Are they going to make any noise in the playoffs with K-Love?
They needed a guy to take their power forward minutes, right? So if he can play better than he was with us, then that'll be helpful for them.
Yeah, it's just.
I was gonna ask. I was like, what was I don't watch Cavs games like that, but like, what was Kevin Love? I know he got a lot of DNPs at the end, but what was he looking like before the DNPs? Was he like all right or not?
So he was okay at the beginning of the season. He was shooting all right. I mean, he wasn't really there defensively, but nobody expected him to be. And then he had a thumb injury, and then he came back, and after his thumb injury, he couldn't shoot at all. And his defense was somehow worse. Like, he's just an old man now. His knees are gone. His ankles are gone. He literally cannot move on the pick and roll. It's awful. So we take him out of the lineup, and we go on a 7-game win streak just because other guys are just better defending. So personally, unless his jump shot is suddenly much better, which is a possibility, that thumb has had a lot more time to heal now. It's just Bam is going to have to work his ass off to make up for those Kevin Love on defense, because he's just too slow, too old, and was never really a great defender to begin with. So, I mean, the spacing is going to help Miami, I believe, but I also got to see him shoot the ball well again, because that wasn't there this season so far, which is disappointing because he was second in Sixth Man of the Year last year. I thought he was going to be a good bench piece again. All-time great Cavalier, deserves to get his jersey retired. Big fan of him. Just wish he would stop the drama queen antics of posting lyrics on his story as if we did him dirty.
What's he posted? I didn't see.
He posted a Drake lyric. I forget what the exact lyrics were, but it was something about burning bridges. And it was like, come on, bro. Like, you shouldn't have been playing. We went on a 7-game win streak when we benched your ass. What does that say? So, I don't know. But
I don't know about him because
I was just going to say, personally, the Heat don't scare me whatsoever.
I mean, like, it's not like Kevin Love is going from a bad team to a good team. Like, that sort of like revitalizes players, like when they're playing for a trash team or something, like, and now they're on a good team, now they're about to start hooping. Like Eric Gordon, he's a really good with the Clippers, and I wasn't really impressed with him when I was watching him in Houston. So I mean, maybe he just revitalized by going to a good team that actually has aspirations. But I mean, the Cavs were literally doing better than Miami. The defense was better than Miami, so I'm not really sure if Kevin Love's gonna be saved in Miami. But I guess Miami was desperate; they needed to do something. So fuck it.
Yeah, Miami was desperate. But now, hopefully, they have a little less G League players getting serious bench minutes for them. But I don't know if Kevin Love can last 20 minutes in an NBA game anymore. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least. Was there any other?
Chris, I wanted to ask you this. I wanted to ask Chris this. So I've been seeing a lot of Mavs fans like on social media like destroying and shitting on y'all entire like non Luka Kyrie roster. Like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about y'all depth? Like y'all Theo Pinson, the Frank Nicolinas of the world. How you feel?
Good Lord, man. It was before Kyrie got, for some reason Kyrie got here, and like against the Clippers, they looked good. I've never seen them like that since the playoffs. Like Reggie Bullock was hidden. I'm telling you, bro. Reggie Bullock is ass, bro. He shot 19% on 3 in December. 19% as a 3-and-D player. The fuck is that? Okay. Tim Hardaway Jr., he'll give you 31 game, and then the next 7 games, he'll give you 30 combined. Like, he's ass. Like, he's super inconsistent. Josh Green is the only one I'm cool with. Maxi Kleber has his moments, but he's been hurt. Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell put up 1 rebound the last 2 games. 2 rebounds, I guess. He put up 2 rebounds the last 2 games. The fuck is that, bro? It's he's been on the Mavs since the Rondo trade. Y'all remember when that was?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I didn't realize it's been that long.
Yo,
like, bro,
that is insane.
And I don't know what he got. Some actually, I don't want to go into the whole conspiracy because like it does get kind of bad, but Dwight Powell was friends with the last GM, like real tight, and then that last GM had some sexual allegations against Mark Cuban and some stuff like that with his niece.
Brother.
It gets all crazy. So, but when you put all the things together, it looks like Dwight Powell is here because Mark Cuban's scared if he leaves him, Dwight Powell can say something about that. So
no way. What?
As soon as you said conspiracy, I was thinking he had dirt on Mark Cuban.
Yeah, if you search it up, if you do some research on it, like it actually looks a little weird, but of course it's not talked about because Mark Cuban's a billionaire. He probably erases all those articles. But like, I always think there might be a reason there because there's no way your starting center is putting up 1 rebound and you think, you know what? Let's play him another 25 minutes today.
Since the Rondo trade is insanity, bro. That's 2014, bro. This nigga's about to be on the Mavericks for a damn decade, bro. What?
That is crazy.
What?
Man. Dwight Powell having dirt on Mark Cuban was not the what I was expecting to learn today. So you're complaining about him playing 25 minutes. What do you think of head coach Jason Kidd?
Last year he was a really great coach. Our defense went. I think we were the 3rd at one time. I don't know where we finished, but I remember we were at 3rd at the end of the season.
It was top 5.
It was top 5. Okay, we was really good. And then this year, I mean, we literally just lost Jalen Brunson. I mean, and he wasn't a great defender anyways. So our defense, I don't know why it just tanked. And he always uses Christian Wood as a scapegoat. But Christian Wood, if you look at the stats, like at the advanced stats, like he's pretty solid. He holds his own. He's better than Dwight Powell defensively. So I don't know why Christian Wood is getting hold. He's not average. He's averaging, I think, 27 minutes per game. Like, or it's pretty. Actually, it's less than that. But I don't know why he's getting hold. He's great on offense. He's mediocre on defense, but I'll take it. It's better than Dwight Powell, you know?
Yeah. And
So,
JaVale McGee minutes were pretty catastrophic as well.
Well, ever since I will say this: when Kyrie came, for some reason JaVale
That's what I
looks.
was gonna say. McGee was looking good with Kyrie.
Yeah, his Lakers years. Like he looks solid. But before that, yeah, it was terrible. Like he looked like shit. It was hard to watch.
Yes, he did.
But hopefully Kyrie's burning sage it helped the team.
all I'm hearing from this is Kyrie is a phenomenal leader who's pulling the team together, and these guys are turning the clock back.
Basically.
So that's all I'm hearing with Kyrie. But yeah, I don't know. Your guys' depth, I definitely have question marks, but I love Josh Green. I'm a super big Josh Green guy. I have a in my notes app on my phone, I have a list of players I don't like and a list of players I root for. Josh Green is one of the guys on my players I root for list.
It's crazy. Just one more thing. He last year, if you was on Mavs Twitter, he was hated. Everyone hated Josh Green. Good Lord. They left him open on purpose. I don't know if y'all watched. They left him open, and he would break every time. And then they got Frank Ntilikina in, and then Frank Ntilikina was way better in comparison to Josh Green. He was locking Book and CP3's ass up, and then now it's like a total switch because Josh Green is like loved by everyone.
Yeah.
Hey man, I picked up Josh Green for my dynasty team. He better keep improving, or he's about to get cut. He's gonna be on the Lakers, but I hope he keep. Bro, he's shooting like 40% from three, right? Like
he had a pretty good 3-point year.
Yeah, Josh Green was a rookie last year, right?
Last year,
either rookie year or
last year was his sophomore year. Yeah.
Last year was his sophomore year. Okay, see, so a guy like a 3D guy, he just had to get used to the NBA 3-pointer. Work on his jump shot for a few seasons, and you can tell now it's coming together because I feel like the defensive potential and the signs of how good of a defender he could be has always been there since he stepped foot on the court. So it's nice to see his jump shot come along now. Hopefully he just keeps getting better and better. I was hoping you guys wouldn't have to give up.
What's it?
What about Jalen Hardy?
Jalen Hardy. Oh, he's pretty. He's really inconsistent, unfortunately. But it's a rookie. Like they're inconsistent. How it is. Sometimes he put up. I forgot against who, but he did. Oh, against the Jazz, he put up 29 points. Him and Josh Green both put up 29. So it's nice. He's a nice little piece.
That was
long term.
That was the game. The Mavericks players were all like, "Fuck the Jazz." They didn't come out on time. They were sleeping on us, and they busted the Jazz ass.
No,
that was tough.
The inconsistency of Hardy doesn't really scare me. I feel like every rookie point guard in any season I can ever remember is going to be inconsistent. That's just a hard transition to make from the college level to the NBA level. I was hoping you guys wouldn't have to give up DFS in the trade. I was sad to see him go. He's one of the guys that's also on my list of liked players. How do you feel about him being gone?
Okay, yeah, it sucks because we got him. I believe he was undrafted, so it's like kind of watching your kid grow up and then he leaves. But unfortunately, this year was probably his worst year. As besides his his starting years, it was probably his worst year. He got hurt, and then after he got hurt, he just did not look the same. His shots weren't going in. His defense was mediocre, and for you to be on the floor, it's because your defense is great, because your offense is mediocre, especially this year. And so when your defense is mid, it's like, well, why do we have you on the floor, right? So it is sad to see him go, but if you just look at this season alone, it doesn't bother me too much. Okay. I actually miss Spencer a little more just because he brought a different type of culture, and him and Luka, it looked cool. It vibes well. Y'all saw Game 7. He had 29, I think. So it was or 30 something. But yeah.
He had that dog in him.
Dudes be hating on Spencer. When we made our top 10 backcourt lists, I had Spencer and Luka pretty high up, and the pod thrashed me for it, but I like Spencer a little bit. I like his energy. I like the way he plays. He's a really tall point guard who gets rebounds and pushes the floor. And now with this new Nets culture, I mean, I'm getting a little bit of flashbacks to the D'Lo team.
Definitely.
So I love this new D'Lo roster. I love this new Nets roster. I mean, I just hate that the management is still the same. If Homeboy would sell the team, I could think about them a lot differently. But that's completely besides the point.
Fuck the Nets.
Fuck the Nets. You were damn right. Is there anything else Mavs related you guys had in mind, or anything we should toss Chris?
I was gonna say, I want to add to Dorian Finney-Smith. I saw since he joined the Nets, that nigga still shooting like 30%. The trade didn't help him out. He's still been breaking. I don't know if I haven't really watched them, so I don't know if his defense is elite, but he's still been breaking.
What was his injury?
I believe it was quad. Something with the quad.
Okay.
So yeah.
Does that affect shooting?
I mean,
probably have a jump shot.
Yeah, you got to use your legs and just moving around in general. But hopefully this offseason he can get healthy, get back in the lab, maybe put together another decent season. Do you know when his contract expires?
We just
He
signed
just
him
got
to
that
extension last year.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be he's a 3 years still.
I would imagine the Nets maybe look to move him this offseason. I don't know. I heard, didn't they get an offer like 3 first-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith or something, and they rejected it?
I heard that.
That was from Mikal. I thought that was from Mikal.
No,
No,
Mikal
was
was 4. Mikal was 4. DFS was 3.
Wow.
And
That has to be capped. No way the Nets.
I feel like that was a smokescreen put out by Brooklyn to raise his
Yeah, bro.
value.
It had to.
Because how do you not take 3 first-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith? Kyrie went for 1.
Yo.
Let's be for real here.
Even the Mavericks be smoking to not take that. They could have thrown
Mhm.
3 first-round picks at some team to help get
Yeah.
Luka some help.
Definitely. So I don't know. I'm excited for the playoffs to see the Mavs hopefully do really well. I love that whole team basically at this point.
Are the Mavericks about to be your West team, your Cavaliers West?
I mean, I
For
don't
my
know.
Cavaliers West.
I don't really want to. I don't want to say a Cavaliers West, but I normally pick like this year. Obviously, the Cavs will be in the playoffs, so I'll be rooting for them. But like in the past, I'd pick an East playoff team and a West playoff team. So the Mavs will probably be my West playoff team, and if they're playing the Suns, they damn for sure will be my West playoff team. So
Man, y'all ain't got shit on my fucking Kings. Stop playing, bro.
hey, I'll root for the Kings too. I have no
Y'all ain't
problem
doing
if the
nothing,
Kings
bro.
if the Kings move.
De'Aaron
Nah,
is here.
man, the Kings had their little moment, but then once KD went to the Suns, Kerry went to the Mavs. All right, that's it. You know?
Stop hating, bro. Stop
It was
hating, bro.
a cute little moment. Yeah, congrats.
You see, I'm wearing purple. I'm rocking my Kings everywhere.
Rocking your Kings everywhere. Not announcing green. You must be denouncing the Celtics.
Hey, maybe I will. If Tatum comes back from All-Star break shooting 30%, maybe I will, bro. Maybe I will.
Who do you guys play out of the All-Star break? Is it anyone good?
No, I think it's the Pacers. So Tatum's gonna drop 40.
Okay, so
then we
Tatum
play
will go for
against
45 that game.
3-17 afterwards.
Wait,
How you
John,
feel
do
about the Tatum Luka debate?
I was about to ask. Do you think Tatum just should deserve an MVP or not?
No, definitely
Okay,
not.
good.
I mean, and I wanted him to, like, obviously, I this season he started off amazing. So I'm like, I was pushing the Tatum MVP agenda, but like, I'm a realist, bro. He's not like at this point. My MVP was Luka until he got injured. Now I'm probably gonna have to give it to Jokic because Luka missed a decent amount of time. But I believe the MVP should go to like the most valuable player on a playoff team, and I thought that was Luka. So now it's probably Jokic, but I would definitely gave it to Luka.
I think if the Mavs finish for the 2nd or 3rd seed, you give it to Luka. Only if, but
Yeah,
but
they have a chance.
it's crazy. But isn't that crazy, bro? We're still saying Jokic over Embiid. Like, that's sick. Embiid has a 10-point higher average differential. Like, that's crazy.
I'm not moved by Mbooty. I'm not moved.
I have Basketball Reference pulled up right now actually. An MVP tracker on Basketball Reference has Jokic at a 68.8% chance of winning MVP. Second highest is Embiid at 9%. So that's crazy. When was the last time?
Wait, he said Jokic. Right?
Jokic is first at 68.
Yeah,
Embiid is third at 9. Giannis is fourth at 6.9, and then Luka is fourth at 5.3 with Tatum fifth at 3.7. Personally, my list would have Luka
Embiid should not be over Tatum at all.
Oh God.
There's no argument for that. What do you mean, relax? Tatum's averaging 30
Tatum's a
plus
solid
too.
fifth in the MVP race.
Hey,
Fifth
Chris.
is bonkers. Y'all are dick riding more than me, and I don't. And y'all, I've already told y'all my feelings
Luka
on Tatum this
Jokic,
season.
Embiid, Giannis.
Why
I think
is
that's
Embiid
valid.
over him? Why is Embiid over him?
Embiid's putting up fucking crazy ass numbers. Tatum's also putting up lesser
is
crazy ass
Tatum.
numbers. Not
On the-
Tatum's
on the
only
best
stat
team.
padding against the shit teams, though. We've already made.
I'm
All right,
wrong.
bro. Okay, bro.
Wait,
Okay,
correct me
bro.
if I'm wrong, but Embiid. Okay. And first of all, Embiid hasn't put up the stinkers that Tatum has put up this year.
Woo.
I've seen some abysmal
He hasn't done
shooting
what?
performances. Okay, well, one, and then second, whenever I seen Tatum go off for 50 or have a great game, it's against the Hornets. Like I don't see him going crazy.
All right, you're
against
not
great-
wrong. You're not wrong, but still, and why is Embiid over him? Tatum is averaging
Bro,
31
Embiid-
and 9 on the best team in the East.
Embiid just
Embiid's averaging more of both of
Embiid
those
is-
stats. On better efficiency.
It's okay. He's supposed to average more rebounds. Who's averaging more assists?
And his win percentage isn't Tatum by
Tatum's supposed to
less than
average more
half of
assists.
assists.
Exactly.
Embiid's averaging 2.5
Tatum has a
more
higher win
points.
percentage, does he not?
Barely.
Okay.
In games he's played,
Okay.
Joel's 30 and 15, Tatum's 40 and 15.
Not to mention with how
It's-
bad you talk about the Sixers team being and having a
You
zero.
said,
he's
hold
gotta
up,
carry
Carter, say
them.
that again.
Yeah,
Carter,
you
say that.
argue that too, yeah.
Carter, say that again. You said Tatum is what?
Tatum
40
in
and
the
15
games
and-
he's played is 40 and 15. Joel's 30 and 15.
And Embiid is
That is a move.
nigga. That's 10 more wins.
Okay.
You just said barely. What are you talking about? That's 10 more wins.
I'm not moved by win percentage that much.
Okay, bro.
When Joel
okay,
Embiid's on a
bro.
30, when
This
Joel
is
Embiid's
crazy.
30 and 15 when he plays, or like the 2 or 3 seed, I don't. It's
They're
whatever.
the 3 seed. He's a hard merchant. He's not a
But-
better. He's not a better
Harden
MVP candidate than
merchant.
Tatum or Giannis.
Harden
Yes, he's a
merchant.
Harden
Make it
merchant.
about
Harden
me.
pick and roll merchant. I'm not moved. Harden pick and roll
Let's
merchant.
just
I'm
wait
not
till the
moved.
season's over because the 76, remember, they started terribly at the start of the year. So that you look at that win thing. But
Mhm.
hey, it's when the end of
It
the year
is tough,
comes, the 76 are getting closer, man. They've been winning games, and you look at the teams
Closer to what? You think the 76ers have a chance? You think they have a chance to win the East?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they're gonna be closer than they are now. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
But-
That's fine. That's fine.
But like Mason said, like you compare the teams, and Celtic, Tatum has a lot of help. If he having an off night,
He
Brown
does.
will carry. We saw so and Embiid, yes, okay, Harden's a great player, but you know he's inconsistent. He's more inconsistent than Jaylen Brown. We can say that. I'm confident saying that.
Just using John's word on a team that has a 0% chance of making the finals because the defense from the backcourt is so abysmal.
He's got him 3 games
He
back.
may
and
be a
seed.
little more valuable to his team than Tatum is because I watched the Tatum-less, Brown-less, Robert Williams-less, Al Horford-less Celtics hang with the Bucks all game. So
We have a good team. I'm not going to dispute that. I just don't think Embiid has done more this season than Tatum. That's all I'm gonna say. And I don't think I can also say that and say that they have no chance of winning the East. I also don't think Embiid is better. When you double team Embiid, he's a worse player than when you double team Jason Tatum. And I think if you can just do that in the entire playoffs, because both players are going to get double teamed consistently, give me Tatum. I'd rather have Tatum than Embiid.
well, yeah,
That's
but
all
it's
I'm
most valuable player, not
That's
not who plays better when they get double teamed player.
Take that an award.
He's the most
Devin
valuable.
Booker would be
Tatum
dead
is,
last
Tatum
on
is
that
the
one.
most valuable
Double
player,
team.
but he's more valuable to the Celtics than fucking Embiid is. The Sixers have a better record without. I'm pretty sure the Sixers have a better record without Embiid than the Celtics have without Tatum.
I think that's. I don't know how many
Well,
games.
the Celtics have only played like 4
First shut
games
up.
without
Yeah.
Tatum.
First shut up. I got it.
So now he's getting punished for durability.
No, but your stat just doesn't mean
This is
anything.
crazy. This is crazy, bro. Okay.
Oh my god.
If we're gonna
Celtics are
consider that
2-2 without Jason Tatum this season.
That's 500. That's not good.
The,
Look up
Or
the
it's
Sixers
a
record.
the
sample
Sixers
size.
are what 8-4.
And one of those is a
8-4. That's a
6-point loss to the
playoff
Bucks
team.
with none
So
of their
the
players.
Sixers are a playoff team. The Sixers are a playoff team without
John,
Embiid. The Celtics without
John,
Tatum
these
would
sample
be fighting
sizes
for
are
the
too
play-in.
small.
on that
Hey.
tiny ass sample size. You want to
You want to hear
We're
these
doing
teams
that.
that the
That's
Sixers
all we got
beat?
to work with.
You want
We
to
got
hear
work
these
with.
teams that the Sixers beat without Joel Embiid? You got Toronto,
Name 'em.
Washington, Brooklyn might be valid. I don't know who they were playing.
These are
Orlando,
fighting teams.
Indiana, Detroit, and then Sacramento.
So all
So
Orlando
a
is
couple,
teams-
a couple
Orlando,
solid teams.
hey, Embiid came
I
back and they
think-
lost against Orlando. Did they not? Orlando went into
Those
Philly and smacked them up.
all the games I listed were completely without Joel Embiid.
So these are
Oh,
all
you're
teams
saying,
that
I see.
Wait. Hold on.
so these are all teams that Tatum is given 50, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm hearing. Okay.
I hate
Tatum's
that,
getting
bro.
50
I'm
'cause
mad
all
I
these
told
guys.
y'all that. Now his secret's out. Now everyone's gonna use it.
If we're gonna compare the win thing real quick before Kyrie got to the Mavs, what was their record, y'all?
It was like I think 1-7 or
Y'all
0-7.
Y'all weren't that amazing.
But it was 0 and a lot
0-7.
before.
It was 0-7.
And we lost to the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets with their fucking
Yeah,
AAU.
that was atrocious. That
So
was
we're gonna do
atrocious.
the MVP thing. It's Luca. So
Ask my pod members. I had Luka as MVP.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
said now
mean,
you got Jokic. I
if-
still got Luka.
Just
If you-
because Luka was injured for like 3 weeks.
was he injured that long? I don't remember that. I mean,
how was he
at
injured
least-
for
it
3
was a
weeks
decent
if they
stretch
were
of
only
games.
like 0-7 without him before Kyrie?
0-7 is like 2. It's like 2.5 weeks of
Lucas
basketball.
played.
Yeah, I guess it was like 2.5 weeks.
Lucas played one less game than Jokic. If I
One
have
less.
those stats right.
Okay.
Is that
Um,
true? Damn, I didn't know that.
Let me double check. That's from my spreadsheet for when I made my MVP post. Should be accurate. Lucas
Regardless,
played-
I
Lucas
have
played
Jokic
50.
1, Luka 2.
Jokic played 51. So yeah.
Oh damn.
But I would
I'm
kind
gonna have to give
of
it back to
rather
Luka
see
now.
Luka win it. It's crazy that we have 2 white non-Americans leading the MVP race, though. That's like a bad dream for the NBA.
no,
Is it?
it'd be racism if Jokic won again. Like, come on. Like,
100, absolutely.
have y'all seen
So
that?
if
Y'all have seen the post where Joel and Bivik? Y'all seen that?
Yeah,
Someone with
and the
Russell
Julius
Westbrook.
Randle. Yeah, Julius Randovic.
all right. Can we talk about that? Because I literally wrote down because I wrote down a couple of things to talk about this week. I wrote down because Six fans like been like on Twitter and shit because Embiid got drafted for Jokic in the All-Star game. They were like, "This is how you know Jokic is a fucking fraud." Do y'all think Embiid actually deserved any of those MVPs over Jokic?
No.
He didn't. He had MVP.
I don't know.
caliber
I'm
seasons,
actually
but
asking.
Jokic deserved it more both times.
No, Jokic was more
What's
deserving,
unfortunate
though.
is that he got All-NBA second team because he was slightly worse than Jokic, who's the center.
Who is the MVP?
Yeah. I also see a lot of Sixers fans in my DMs. They're like, everyone, they just hate Joel Embiid, man. It's because he trolls, which he hasn't like trolled in like 3 years, and they cry about it. And, like, I see more people complain about Embiid being hated than I see people hating on Joel Embiid. And anytime I don't have him top 3, it's like Embiid slander. It's like, fuck off. I have Giannis there. It's totally valid.
Sixers fans
Embiid is not hated, bro.
Sixers fans are genuinely, they're up there. They're not
And they're the
Toronto
last
bad.
fan base that can play victim for anything. It's Philly fans, and they're
No, yeah.
fucking-
But
oh,
no,
he hates
dude.
us. Yeah, no shit.
What is the issue with NBA fans? I see it a little more in Philly. I see it a lot more in Toronto. And playing victim, bro. I cannot stand that. Nobody
It's both
hates
of
your
them.
players unless something
both of
crazy has happened. Like, unless you're like Kyrie Irving or LeBron James, or you can even go Kevin Durant, guys like that. Like, nobody hates your best player on your team. Nobody hates them. It's just that I can say Jokic deserved 2 MVPs over Embiid and thought Jokic played better. And that does not mean I hate Embiid. That just means I'm fucking watching the game. That's all that means. Like, oh, I can't stand that.
I think 100% Jokic deserved last year's MVP. But like now I'm looking back, like maybe I'm just forgetting, but the 2020-2021 season, like Embiid was the number 1 seed and shit. I don't know. Maybe he could maybe you could make the argument. I think last year was Jokic for sure, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
One of
that
the
year Embiid could have won it.
One of the funnier interactions I ever had on Instagram was the Cavs were playing the Sixers, and Jared Allen had a decent little block on Joel Embiid. And I commented on the post. I was like, good block on that fraud or something. Obviously, as a joke. I don't think Embiid is a fraud, right? Sixers fan responds. He's pissed. I don't even remember exactly what he says. They kick our ass. We lose by like 13. I respond to him and say, good game. And he literally responds back and says, kill yourself. And
Average Philly fan.
I had that posted on
You went easy
on the
me.
last Tyrone page, but that page has since been deleted. But I mean, it's just Sixers fans. I mean, something else.
Nicest Philadelphia resident.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
legitimately.
Yeah, bro. You lucky you didn't get so nothing worse.
No,
Kill yourself was the PG-13 version.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. So, do you guys have anything else NBA you want to talk about, or should we get into this game?
I had Pat Bev to the Bulls. That was the last thing.
What the hell do you want to say about Pat Bev to the Bulls?
why are you hating on Pat Bev though? Why are you?
I have no hate for Pat Bev. It's just that the 11 seed Bulls. Come on now.
He's gonna the Bulls to the play-in. I'm almost certain about it.
Bro, they're gonna make the 10th seed. They're gonna win the play-in. They're gonna make it to the playoffs. He's gonna have his final celebration, and then they're gonna get swept by Boston. Come on now.
That would be pretty funny. I would love to watch that, to see Pat Bev win another play-in and see him
stand up now and face the sun.
Two X play-in championship tournament. Come on, bro. Stop playing with him.
He's
not one, but
that's a Hall of Fame resume alone.
I'm just saying, bro. Pat Bev has had a good career, bro. I'm a Pat Bev fan. He's on my agenda, bro. I don't get the hate for him. I think he's been a hooper. I thought he was gonna help the Lakers out, but the Lakers are just a garbage ass organization. He had to get out of there. They had to free him. Now he's with Chicago. He's about to lead them niggas to the playoffs.
Has he still not missed the playoffs? Right?
No. So. That was Cap. He did miss the playoffs 1 year.
Oh, he lied.
Yeah.
It was only 1 year. It was only 1 year.
Yeah, I mess with Pat Bev. I think he's a good player. I think he could have been better in LA if Darvin Ham wasn't running those weird ass 3-guard lineups constantly and making him play small forward. And also, Beverly is from Chi-Town, so now, hey, maybe we see another play-in Finals MVP with now that he's back home. This is like LeBron to Cleveland.
Honestly,
I wish AD to finally come over.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I wish the Mavs got him, because we did lose some defense, so it would have been. I'm like John, bro. I'm a Pat Bev, enthusiast. So it would have been nice to have him on the team. We got someone else, but who did
Justin Holiday?
There you go. Yeah,
like a third Reggie Bullock, Tim Hardaway.
I think he's decent.
He's all right.
He's a better defender than Tim Hardaway and Reggie Bullock. Or maybe it's just
Aaron
that's
offense.
a good defender.
He's a throw in at the small forward spot for whoever's playing the best.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been Pat Bev would have been a nice little backup to come off for Kyrie and Luka. Would have been polar opposite. Could have gotten the game, annoyed the hell out of Chris Paul. That would have been pretty funny. But yeah. So anything else, or do you guys want to get started on the game?
That was it.
That was it. All right. So I have sent the first thing to the Instagram group chat. It's sending right now. All right, it just went through. So as you guys can see, this little grid, the bottom left one is the MVP trophy. And then obviously the middle one is drafted 2010 or later. So Carter, I'll let you go first, and then John, and then Chris, go for it. And I think it'll make a little bit more sense once.
Let me go first. Stop giving this nigga.
Are you
Carter.
okay?
Sure, I'll go.
John,
second.
go first.
Derrick Rose, Bulls Knicks. I already messed up. He wasn't drafted past 2010.
No, you're good.
No, you said Bulls
You
Knicks.
said Bulls Knicks.
He doesn't have to be drafted. He only has to be drafted 2010 or later if he's in that little.
Only the middle.
Okay. I thought that was the whole thing.
No.
In that case, give me.
What is this, MVP?
Actually, never mind.
That's MVP. Yeah.
Okay. Give me Bulls MVP. I'll go Michael Jordan.
Okay. Yeah, and Chris, that's the other thing. You can use any player in NBA history just as long as they finish the criteria.
Okay, I thought we were trying to find a player that matched these credentials. It's
no.
Not all six of them.
It just has to match in the box. So the one that John just did is the Bulls and Knicks box for over here for Rose, and then obviously Carter did the MVP and Bulls for MJ.
Okay, so I can go with the Warriors and Mavs. Monte Ellis.
Yeah, you can do that. Good one. I like that one. I like when we get the random players. So back to you, John.
Warriors MVP Steph Curry.
Okay, Carter.
Drafted 2010 or later MVP Jokic.
Nice. All right, so let's see. Warriors Knicks is available. Drafted 2010 or later, and Knicks is available, and then drafted 2010 or later, and Mavs is available. And I think that's it.
Okay, correct me if I'm probably wrong, but am I Isaiah Hardenstein, he got with the Knicks drafted, right? Or no?
You don't have to be drafted with the team. You just have to be drafted 2010 or later. So he's played with the Knicks. He was drafted after 2010, so that's fine.
Cool. Okay, so there you go, Isaiah Hardenstein.
Okay, cool. So then, back to you, John. There should be 3 more available. I think it's
Mavericks 20.
Mavs 2010 is available. Yeah,
All right, Luka.
Easy.
I was actually thinking like Josh Green for that. Like Luka didn't even.
No sir. No
register.
sir.
Okay.
Let's see. So we have Warriors, Knicks, and Mavs, Bulls.
Warriors, Knicks, and
Warriors,
Mavs.
we have
Bulls
Warriors,
available.
Mavs.
No, Warriors, Mavs.
Monte
Chris
Ellis
Scott.
is there.
Oh yeah, no.
So
I'm saying that.
so Warriors, Knicks, and then Bulls, Knicks, or Bulls, Mavs. I got a player in mind for both already. So
I'll go Bulls, Mavs, Justin Holiday.
Bulls, Mavs, Justin
That was a
Holiday.
good-
Are you 100% positive on that? I'm like,
Well,
90%.
I'm pretty confident he was on the Bulls.
Yeah, I am too. But I'll check just to.
He played for a lot of
Did
teams.
play for the Bulls? Yeah. Holy shit, he's played for a lot of teams. Okay.
So what was the last one?
You need Warriors, Knicks.
Warriors, Knicks for the last one. There's a very specific player that comes to mind for this one.
Is it like a one of those unknown types?
I wouldn't say unknown.
Oh
but
no, I got it.
you know who I'm thinking of?
I don't know if I do, but I
Okay.
got one.
There's definitely.
Oh shit! I
multitude
can't
of
win
guys.
this then.
Well, you already have 3 though.
Yeah, but if Chris doesn't get it and John does, John wins.
Yes, sir. You see
Oh yeah, okay. So we're playing against each other.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at. We only
Yeah,
got
you
this
guys
right
are
now.
playing
Okay,
against each other.
so my team's looking kind of shit. So I know David Lee played with both, but also
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
No,
you're not building-
you
you're
aren't
not building
building
the
a
roster.
team. Nah.
okay, yeah, but like I'm thinking of another player who also did it. Did Lateral Sprewell play with both?
I think you did.
I have no idea, but as long as you go with one that you know is right, then
Just go with
get a
David
three-way
Lee.
tie
Just
instead of
Just
John
go
winning.
Just go with David Lee.
All right,
I think Carter's trying to sabotage.
You are
me.
right
This
though.
is
You are right.
disgusting.
Latrell Sprewell did play
Okay,
for
he
both.
was getting it regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
How
My
good
player
is
was
this?
Jeremy Lin, actually.
I was gonna say
Oh,
Jeremy Lin.
shit, I forgot
Good
about
sanity.
Yeah, good shit.
Okay. So 3-way tie on this one. You guys all got 3. Good work. You guys made easy work of that one. Here is the next one coming through. The bottom left is a fake NBA championship trophy. Just no good pictures exist on Google for some reason of it. So do you guys want to do
I
the
can
same
spot
order, or
Mr.
should
Larry
we, or should
O'Brien
someone
anyway.
different start every time? Yeah, Carter, you start this one. So we'll go Carter, Chris, John for this one.
Okay.
Player that has played for the Nets. You gotta do played for the Nets and Kevin Durant played for the Nets and won a championship.
Yep,
Not at the
that's
same time,
good.
though. It's fine.
KD, that is good.
Okay. Let me
Yeah.
get,
You
teammates
don't
with-
have to have won the championship at the same time of the one at the top. You just have to have done it at one point.
teammates with LeBron. Give me James Jones, and he won a championship too.
Okay, James Jones, nice.
I was going Kyrie there.
All right, John.
James Jones, valid.
For Nets and championship, give
Wait,
me Kyrie.
I did Nets championship.
Carter did Nets in championship.
Oh, I can't do. Okay.
So you can do Hawks in championship or any of the top 6.
Yeah, you're right. Hawks and championship. All right, just give me Nets and Pacers. James Johnson.
That was the square I was gonna go with.
James Johnson,
Okay.
nice. All right, back to you, Carter.
You said James Johnson.
Yeah, he's
Give
currently on the
me-
Pacers still.
Give me Nets Pelicans. James Johnson.
We were
Can
positive
he
played for
do
the
that,
Pelicans.
bro? Is that
I can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we've done that. We've
this
done
is
that.
so
This
is so
we've done that
cheating,
every time
bro.
we played this
Okay,
game.
bro. This is so
Okay.
cheating, bro.
Mason, again, I need you to help me. Is Aaron Holiday play with the Hawks and Pacers?
Has he? I mean, you gotta. I mean, I'm just gonna
I
tell
think-
you.
okay,
I
It's
think
I think so. I'm putting that.
Look it up.
okay, I'll look up Aaron Holiday again.
I'm
But
pretty
if,
sure
if that's your answer,
Yeah, that's my answer.
Done.
I'm like 90% sure you are right though, because I know he played for the Hawks. It's just a matter of the Pacers, and I'm like 99% sure he played for the Pacers. Atlanta.
Oh, yeah,
and
no,
he
he
did
did
play
play
for the
for the
Pacers.
Pacers,
Yep,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Good work. Okay, so that one's taken. So Hawks championship is available. Hawks Pelicans is available. And then teammates with LeBron and Pelicans is
And
available.
then
Pacers.
teammates with LeBron and Pacers.
And teammates with LeBron and Pacers. Okay, and then
Teammates with
Chris just
LeBron
went
and
to
it's
John.
my
Yeah.
teammates and LeBron and Pacers. Georgia,
Who?
I'll do
Georgia, the nigga
Oh,
who
George
missed the
Hill.
free
Okay.
throws in the.
That's what I was
Yeah.
I'll do teammates with LeBron and Pelicans. Larry Nance Jr.
Okay, nice.
And so who's mine right now?
So you have Hawks championship and then Hawks Pelicans, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hawks championship. Bob Pettit.
Okay. You're just full.
That's what I was thinking. I just wasn't gonna say it and be wrong.
I like the old answers. John?
Hawks Pelicans.
Yeah, Hawks
That's me.
Pelicans. Yeah.
Clock's ticking.
Just look at this. This is so disgusting, bro. Hawks Pelicans. This is tough, bro. I don't fucking know. I'm thinking.
There is a very loose timer enacted that I'll start counting down when I deem it necessary.
God damn it. Rondo.
Rondo
played for the Hawks.
For Hawks and Pelicans? That's correct.
I know he played for the Pelicans.
Rondo
Let's
played for the
go! Stop
Hawks?
playing with my
Yeah, he did.
body.
You don't remember? He was
Oh, yeah.
it was not long at all, but he was there. All right, so we got
That's
another
games.
three-way tie. Good work.
I need to see if my
Timothy.
guess was gonna be right.
All right. Now for
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
last
say Tony Snell. I would have gotten it.
Tony
yeah.
Snell, nice. All right, now this is the last one, and you'll notice there's two Suns on here. So for the middle Suns, that player has to only have played for the Suns in his entire career. Chris, you start us off this time.
Only
Okay.
Suns?
Only as Suns, but like only for the very middle square, obviously.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm trying to think of the Suns ones. I can get out the way, but
That's like the easiest one on the board, in my opinion.
really?
Yeah, it's
Damn, bro.
It's not that
Uh,
hard.
Fuck. I can't do it. Westbrook for 31 or older, and then Wizards.
Okay, that's right. We are positive he's over 31 at this point.
Yeah, he's 34.
No way, right?
34.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's 34.
34 in 102 days.
I can't believe I said Wizards instead of Thunder for Westbrook. I just realized that.
I didn't even process that. I just assumed Thunder.
Suns, my turn. Suns, Devin Booker.
There you go. That was the player I was thinking of. The guy on your T-shirt.
I keep thinking of older players. I gotta think of current shit too.
You were born in the wrong era
I'll
if you're
go,
naming out Bob Pettit over some other guys and Latrell Sprewell.
I'll go Russell Westbrook, 31 or older Thunder.
Okay, nice.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Oh,
Back to
Mickey
you,
Mouse,
Chris.
bro. Oh, Mickey.
31 or older Suns, Chris Paul.
Okay, nice. John? So the 31 or older bar in the Suns is taken. So we got Suns, Wizards, Suns, Thunder, and then
Wizards,
all the Bucks.
OKC, Kevin Durant. I mean, not Suns, OKC, not Wizards. Suns,
Okay, I was gonna
OKC,
say.
Kevin Durant.
Cool. Carter.
Where was I at? You said Suns OKC. Shit.
The
okay.
entire left row is taken, and then the two on the bottom of the middle row. Everything else is free.
Shit. Okay. Give me Suns, Bucks, Jay Crowder.
Okay. Nice, even though he hasn't technically played a game, but we did the same thing with the holiday. So,
Bucks,
all right, Chris.
Bucks, Thunder, Serge Ibaka.
God
Nice.
damn it. I was literally about to say.
Yeah, I was.
All right, John. We got Suns, Wizards, and then Bucks, Wizards, and that's it, right? I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suns, Wizards, and Bucks, Wizards.
Suns, Wizards, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. Nice. All right.
Bucks, Wizards.
Bucks, Wizards.
Eesh.
I don't even have a player in mind right now for this one. Let me think of one.
I don't either.
Oh,
couldn't
ooh.
do that.
Did he? I might, but I don't think I do.
I have a super weird guess that I think is right.
Timer.
Tick.
John. Oh man.
You know that guy, John.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I don't think Bobby Portis played for the
2.
Wizards, but for some reason I feel like he was there between
Bobby
Chicago and Milwaukee.
Portis. Let me check. I feel like you might be
Wait.
right.
I think he's right.
I think you are right, but he did play for the Wizards.
Let's
Good
go.
pull.
Oh my
Damn
God.
it.
My player in my mind was John Henson for some reason, and he hasn't even played for the Wizards. so-
John Henson.
That's what
hasn't even played for the Wizards.
I would have
But,
been.
um,
cooked,
Let's
I'm
go.
not gonna lie.
Portis
I
played
had no idea.
28 games for the Wizards.
Good poll. Everybody wins today. No wrong answers. So I didn't even come with a
some answers are
tiebreaker.
pretty fraudulent, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Every time we
At least
played
I
this
didn't
game,
lose.
we've allowed duplicates. All right. Well, that's all I have for the game. Sorry, I don't have a tiebreaker. Everybody's winners today. Congratulations on your participation award.
Let's go.
The true Mickey Mouse victory, if you want to give out a Mickey Mouse win. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Chris, thanks for hanging out with us. We had a good time. Good luck to your Mavs and my Mavs. Screw it. And my Mavs and Kyrie Irving. Let's have a good playoff run. Let's beat the Suns. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Thank you guys for having me.